Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the Drunken Arcanauts Golarion campaign. I'm Clancy, I'll be your DM today. This is a Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign based on the Fall of Plaguestone. We have some custom items, a few custom plot points, and a lot of unique decisions by the players, we'll say, in how they've solved problems. I'm fairly certain in the average playthrough, Finnick does not die of being used as trap fodder, but who knows? Maybe that's the expected arc of his goblin character. Before I do the recap, if everybody wants to go around and fill us in on who your character is and who you are, we'll do that, do the recap, then get started.
Hi, I'm Risky, and I'm playing Gene Remington, which is a human ranger, ghost hunter, badass.
Okay. My name is Mark. I play everyone's favorite goblin alchemist, Dr. Gish. And I'm very good at taking care of everyone, healing so much healing. Nobody else helps heal at all with their potions.
I'm Jay. I play Mornar, half-elf swashbuckler. Mornar believes that Finnick died exactly how he should have died, and Jay believes that Finnick probably only survives 20% of campaigns. So,
I'm Claire, and I play Delicia Fairshadow. And Delicia thinks that she feels a little bad. She feels really bad about being mean to Finnick and thinking that he was in charge of stuff going on in some capacity. But I think his hero's journey ended as it should have. He answered his call, and is going to return home a master of two worlds.
Huh. Well, that is some creative spinning on that. So last time, our party met the elf ranger Nawala as she sought their help in uncovering the cause of the recent forest blight and the rash of mutated creatures it's created. The party, after some discussion, sensed a connection and agreed to help, only for Nawala to pass out with a fever. After getting her to bed to rest and some shenanigans there, they began to investigate connections between the rumors of an alchemist in town, the death of Bort, and the Blight. In their investigation, they found that the former alchemist had been killed during the Great Plague due to some zealotry and general short-sightedness of the townsfolk, and that her daughter, Vilri, may have cause to seek revenge. Comparing that to the letter signed with a V, the alchemical ingredients that Bort had been delivering, the theory that alchemical ingredients may be involved in the blight, the party now has drawn some connections and conclusions. They found the former site of the alchemy shop, but no sign that it's been in use. And so now they have to determine what their next steps are.
What are we going to do?
Well, we gotta find V.
I mean, well, yeah. And I mean, like, I don't know. Kind of get why she might be mad, but I don't know. If she's the one who's doing all the blacks and stuff, that's pretty rough. Like, it's vengeance. I get it, but like, it's a little too far, maybe. Wiping
Yeah.
out an entire ecosystem.
We gotta stop her.
Yeah, and also, I mean, she's responsible for Bort.
Maybe she
I
just
found-
misunderstood.
I found the location in which all these blights might be starting from. There's like a center point. It's up in the mountains. Could go look for her there.
Let's go.
All right.
How long does
Sounds
it take
better
to
than-
get there?
Roll me survival, Mornar.
That can't be good.
20 minutes.
14. My
14.
survival's a 7, and I
Oh,
rolled
man.
a 14, so you can do the math there.
14. It's hard to tell from the top of the house. You think at least 6 hours of travel if you head in a straight line and the path's not too rough. And that is like no dilly-dallying, no being careful. That is either hustling forward or just running blindly straight. Yeah, there's no time to be cautious at that pace. Also, it didn't look like horses would be great on this. The straightest line there is sheer straight up wilderness.
Well, I would suggest packing a lunch. And I hope your legs are ready for a walk.
I could get out. I could run through some forests and stuff. I mean, it all sounds like a better idea than firing a musket in the middle of town and stomping around to try to find a hidden basement.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone who would do that.
Well, I think the basement idea was stupid anyways.
I didn't say it was stupid. I just said that trying to go and hustle through the wilderness is a better idea.
It sounded like you were being
I
pretty
said it was
judgmental.
Listen, I was poking in the dark, okay?
At least you didn't shoot a gun off and scare everyone.
Okay. Are you guys planning to get any supplies before you go, or are you just heading straight out?
I say we go visit the barn burner. The barn burner, the guy who owns the goods shop.
Is that the only shop?
It's the only shop I saw.
Or look at the old map.
Why don't we just go to the caravan and see if they'll lend us some stuff?
Oh, that's a good idea too.
There's only one like real general store, and yeah, that's the barn burner guy.
Yeah, why don't we check at the old let's go to our supplies first. That guy does not like us.
He's an asshole.
It's true.
Well, he doesn't like one of us, and he takes it out on the rest.
I'll stay outside.
Okay.
Well,
So,
we could probably get free
are you
stuff.
guys going to the caravan or the store?
I'm going to the caravan.
Let's all go to the caravan.
Okay.
I'm not going to the store. I learned my lesson.
There we go. Okay, so you get to the caravan, and sounds like Tamley is busy sleeping. She was up all night working on moving stuff out. But Ulf and Ulf are up, and they, of course, greet you as you arrive. Oh, hey! It looks like the investigators are back. Ooh, yeah. What have you found, investigative team?
I'm just gonna walk past him.
They look at Mornar as he walks past, and they look to the rest of you, and they say, investigative team, what have you found?
I'm
Tell
gonna
us.
pass him by too.
Tell us of the investigation. We much like to know.
I don't think
Don't-
any of us are
don't
talking to
Stay
them.
silent.
Yeah.
Delicia is going to interact with the NPCs that are poking us. That I personally, out of character, dislike. We got ourselves a lead, but it's going to be a little bit of a trek out into the thick. So we were coming back over here to see if we couldn't get some supplies. You guys got anything that might help us out?
Say, we were not talking to you. We were talking to Mornar and the other cool members of the party. Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up a rock and chuck it at the back of his head.
And, yeah, go ahead.
It's a 17 to hit.
17's gonna miss.
Oh shit, okay.
And they turn around and they're like, we're only trying to help. Don't you need supplies? Maybe fresh water or magazines?
You have magazines?
Yes, we edit our own and sell them. Orphan of Special. We have article on investigation we're writing right now. Will be out next issue.
It's interesting because, I'm quite overloaded as it is. Would you like to come with us and carry some of these supplies?
No, we must stay here to help watch Caravan. Tamley said so.
I lean over and whisper to Jean, more improvised thrown weapons.
Well, I guess if you cannot be all that useful, you'll be at least a little bit useful and help us get these supplies together.
Of course. What you need?
Jerky.
Food,
Jerky.
water.
That
maybe-
costs extra money unless you just want Ulf. And they sort of look at each other and look back at you.
Was that supposed to be a joke?
Das innuendo.
Ah,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
I get
got
it.
it,
See,
got it.
yeah.
Some food and water.
Well,
Pretty good start. Is there
They,
any climbing gear
They
around
scurry
here?
off to grab food and water and just general supplies. Do you go with them or do you just hang out and wait for them to grab all the stuff?
I'm just kind of looking for my own supplies too. Does it look like we'll need particularly climbing gear or anything like that?
Don't think you'll need any pittance or
Mhm.
anything. But you do know that it's, a mountain and chances are there are places where that could be useful. But you
I'll
don't
look to
necessarily think you'll need it.
Look to see if there's anything like that. Maybe even just the grabbing axes themselves, just in case there's a steep spot.
Okay.
Dig in a little better.
They come back and between your digging and their gathering, they bring you 8 days worth of rations. So 2 days worth of rations for a party of 4, but 8 days worth of rations. A bunch of 4 full water canteens, which can basically give you water for 2 days if you're sparing with them. And then you get the set of pittance. You get some bedrolls if you needed to make camp out in the woods. And they give you some flint to ignite a fire with.
Seems like I'll be helpful.
Did you guys not have this stuff already, or?
Don't generally carry it around town with me.
It's always
have
good to
some
be
of it, but-
prepared.
Ulf and Ulf are both sort of standing, and they're like, so now that we have helped with investigation, will you tell us how it's just going?
Yes, I will. And then I walk away with all the stuff that they gave.
Fort's dead.
And Ulf writes that down and he goes, wait, I already knew that.
Good job.
He was poisoned.
Ah, ooh, a twist for the readers. Yes,
There we go.
like
That's
that. Yes.
it. That's 100%.
Ulf says, is that a twist or is that more of just a plot development? I don't know. It depends on if they had already drawn conclusions based on the way we wrote the story. I guess that's true.
I would say that any good author or penman could wind up making any kind of plot development a twist if you spin it right.
Ooh, wisdom. Yes, we will write that down too. Plucky elf woman makes good suggestions instead of investigating. Oh, yes. This would be major part of story.
Plucky.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is there anything with because I'm trained in Arcana for today. Is there anything I know of that we have at the caravan that might be useful in dealing with an alchemist?
Hmm.
I can make an Arcana check.
Not Arcana. Maybe Intelligence.
Okay, I can make a straight check. Let's go. Well,
12.
12.
12. Antidotes probably wouldn't be a bad idea. A lot of alchemists dabble in venom, poison, things like that. So there are some sort of varied antidotes that are mixes of different venoms and plants and things. Cover the majority of standard poisons. There are 2 vials of that.
Are we able to just take those?
You would probably want to leave some money. You can just grab them.
Yeah.
Like nobody will stop you from grabbing them, but you should pay for them, and they're like, 2 gold a piece.
I'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, 2 gold a piece, sure.
How are you paying? Are you just leaving the gold where they were?
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah. Who is the owner of these? Do we know the person? Who's it Ulf and Ulf?
Tamley technically is the owner of them.
Tamley. Okay.
They used to be Borts.
Gotcha. I am going to leave a note saying Tamley took antidotes off to go do justice. Thanks. Bye.
Okay.
I cross out justice and I write vengeance.
Vengeance. Okay. You guys have your supplies. You got some antidotes. You got pittance. You got flint. You got bedrolls. You got rations. You got water. What are you doing? You just heading straight out?
I guess.
Okay.
We're just going to the
It's
mountain?
like 1 p.m. now. So you head out.
I bring my dog with me. He's been here at the caravan the whole time.
Yes. You bring Are you riding him?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay. So off you trot. You begin to head out of town, and fields soon give way to woods. Woods give way to forest, and the terrain goes from flat to curved. The hours go by, and slowly the road stops, and now you're just in straight up wilderness. You're stomping through bushes and undergrowth, sort of crashing your way through the forest. In some places, you either go around large crashed over trees or climb over them. This is old growth, and these are big trees. In some places, it's, you've got multiple arm spans between trees. In other places, a tree has crashed and the undergrowth has come up, and it's like cutting your way through jungle. As the hours go by, the sun starts to set, and it soon is dark. You've now been out here for 6 hours, and you're maybe about 2/3 of the way up the mountain. You've got, probably 3-4 hours left, and it's like 7-8 o'clock at night. Are you resting for the night, or you keep going?
I vote we rest and go about alchemists apprehending tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we can make camp.
Sure.
Okay. So tell me how the camp gets made up. Are you guys in a semicircle? Are you all hanging from trees? Do you set up hammocks? What's each of your camping styles?
I'm a tree dweller. Yeah, I'd go up on a tree.
Yeah, I'd
I
make
don't
a
even need a
hammock,
hammock.
get off the ground.
So Gish is sleeping in a tree. Are you like climbing with the dog up there, or are you leaving the dog on the ground?
I think Kevin just needs to stay down. I don't want to worry about him falling out of the
toss him.
tree.
Can toss some up there to you.
Have you ever had a dog in a tree before? Have you ever seen a dog in a tree before?
No, but this is a pretty good opportunity.
I feel like the people who don't have dogs are always the ones who say, "Bring your dog," and then you don't know how horrible it is.
Delicia is going to. Did we want to make a fire?
Up in the tree?
No, on the ground.
How does the fire on the ground help if we're all on the trees?
I mean, I'm gonna be in a hammock low to the ground.
I guess
I
it
mean, we can
depends.
make food.
Does it seem like it's going to be cold enough to need a fire? We're pretty high up, so
Roll me survival.
Can't do it.
nat 20.
Hey.
Yes, it's gonna be cold enough that a fire would make that much less bad. You won't die without a fire, but it would suck.
Well, then I'm gonna sleep on the ground.
It sounded like Delicia's
Fire.
gonna put her hammock right over the fire. Was that the plan?
I mean, it's in character, so yeah.
Just like a word of caution for everyone. What if we didn't shoot any of our guns off in the night, in case that comes up? Just wanted to.
I will say this: if you hear a gunfire in the middle of the night, it's worth getting up.
Is that our signal?
Yes, that's your alarm clock if there's a big old nasty issue.
Well, I mean, the last time it wasn't really worth it.
I know, but we're working it out ahead of time this time. I will not fire if there's a burned down barn. I will fire if a fire elemental or some kind of owlbear comes out of the wilderness and tries to eat us.
That's good.
Okay, well, I'm still going in the tree. You guys, Kevin likes to cuddle, so if somebody wanted that, Gene or whoever.
I'll hang out with Kevin.
I only think that if we do make a fire, we should make a small one. No need to let anyone know that we're coming up this mountain.
Sounds good.
With the nat 20, I'll throw in a freebie. Even if you had a pretty big fire at night, with the amount of canopy that there is here, the light's not going anywhere. Nobody's going to be able to see it from any distance at all.
Okay.
Now,
Biggest
downwind, they might smell the smoke.
Right.
But really, yeah, it's not that much of a concern with where you're at.
Okay. Then yeah, fire would be no big deal then.
Okay, so you get a fire. You've got some stuff. You are all sitting around eating. Are you all going to sleep at the same time? Is somebody doing watches? Is there rotation? How long are you planning to sleep for?
I'll do a partial watch.
Yeah, I can do one through the night too. No problem.
Do your people need to sleep that much, or I look at Delicia and Mornar?
That's what I was about to ask the game master. Is I know that elves in some settings have a trance that they do. Does Delicia have a trance?
I don't know. I didn't make your character, Delicia.
Well, jeez. You don't want to say no. Then Delicia is old enough that she needs to sleep. That's she can't trance anymore because she's just fucking tired.
Get low light vision, but you're not an elf. You're something special, right?
I'm an elf. I'm just an old elf.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Trance. No. Meditate.
Yeah, it's Mornar meditates, though he doesn't need a lot of sleep or anything, because he doesn't actually sleep.
I don't see it as a normal elf thing, so maybe Delicia doesn't have it. So you're going to spend 4 hours meditating.
I can if someone else is awake, and then I can take the rest of the night.
Okay. And I think Gene offered to take first watch, or second watch, but I am curious what the plan is here. Are you planning to sleep for 12 hours so that everybody can get 8 hours worth?
Yeah, I'll just get less sleep, I guess.
I will mechanically do things to you for that.
Okay.
Okay.
12
Yeah,
hours is a
I-
long time to sleep.
I will also take a watch of 3 hours or 2. Not sure.
I could do 2 hours today. He could take the rest. 2 hours each, and then Mornar takes 4.
Yeah, if you guys do 2-hour watches, I'll meditate for the 4, and then I'll take the rest.
Sounds good.
Kevin could take a watch. He's really good with a gun.
Probably better than me.
Okay. So in that case, we're doing 3, so you'll still get a good chunk of time at that point. You'll be fine. So first watch happens. D100 from first watch.
That's me, right?
Yep, we're looking for above a 40.
How about an 86?
Watch goes by without a hitch. You do hear in the distance some sort of fucked up sounding howling, but nothing nearby. It's just echoing across the mountain.
Oh, I was gonna take Kevin with me too if he followed.
Yeah, he went wherever you went.
Okay.
Just paced along with you. Every once in a while, comes over and rubs his head against your leg to scratch his head, but also to let you know that he enjoys being around you.
But it's like your ankles because he is a corgi. So
Yes.
I'll toss him a little chunk of jerky.
Okay. First watch goes fine. Second watch, D100. Need you to roll above a 30.
Is that going to be you, Mornar, or me?
You.
Okay, I'll take second one. 65.
65. It also goes off without too many issues. You do have at one point a squirrel show up. At first, you think it's just a regular squirrel, but you then hear the subtle sound of hissing, just sort of like psst, psst, psst. And as your eyes sort of focus, you see it's dripping from a wound, and everywhere the blood hits, it's hissing and a little puff of smoke is coming out. It's got sort of acidic blood. And as you look longer, its tail is not covered in little fuzzy fur. It's actually been just sort of burst open all over the place, and tons of little pine needles have gotten stuck in the healing wounds, which are giving it the appearance of the normal bushy squirrel tail. But it's really just a scabbed over, like wormy rat tail with tons of pine needles stuck into it.
Someone's making Pokemon.
And it's sort of scurries along. It doesn't make any aggressive movements or anything, but it seems to be definitely in pain and misery, and it scurries along in the treetops around for a little bit, leaps to another tree, lets out a little screech of pain, and slowly is making its way around the camp, getting worse and worse off as it goes. One of its toes gets caught and rips clean off, and it looks like it's getting ready to move out of the tree line and move on its way. You doing anything?
I'm going to let it go, even though I know that I could be putting it out of its misery. It's not a fire elemental or an owlbear,
No,
so I will not be shooting it.
it's the narrative equivalent of a burned down barn. I originally was going to have it be a barn owl, and yeah, it's like, it looks like it's been burned badly, and then I was like, nah, that's too on the nose. That said, it moves on, and your watch is done.
I slept.
So my watch begins.
Okay, I need you to roll a D100. Got just get above a 20.
Above a 20. 34. I skirted.
Lucky it kept going down. As the day gets closer, the risk reduces. Your watch goes very, very simply. It's not too long before the sun is peaking up. It's still early, but not so early that you want to wake everybody up. You don't hear anything wild, and as the temperature starts to improve, your breath goes from being fog every time you exhale to just normal. And you sort of warm yourself up, but in the light of day, you can see that where you had been looking from the town before, do you climb up to get a view or anything, or are you just staying on the ground?
If I'm trying to like understand my bearings, I would climb up.
Okay.
Did you climb up the same tree that I'm in?
No.
You climb up and looking down, you can see the town. You can see just where it's at. I mean, you can't really make it out, but you can definitely tell that the town's down there. And looking up, you can see the place that you had originally suspected might be sort of the center of all this, but only maybe 3 or 4 miles from where you are right now. The forest goes from a vibrant green to a unhealthy black.
Mornar, what are you looking at?
Our demise.
Oh, good. I'm glad you brought us this way.
And your watch is done. It is next morning. Everybody is rested and ready to go. We'll say it's like 8 a.m. You guys have some rations and stuff, I presume?
Yeah.
Get a breakfast. Some nice crispy bacon. Except for it's not bacon, it's more spam. Magic spam.
Magic spam.
Yeah.
Magic.
It's called ma'am.
There we go.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
So, yeah, you guys keep heading up.
Yep.
As you keep going, you get to that portion where the trees are black. They are first just a darker green with spots of brown before they start to just literally you can see them degrading. The brown is spreading on all the trees nearby. And then in the center of the brown is black. Soon you're seeing trees that are all brown with bits of black. And then you're seeing trees that are all black. The forest smells of sweet rot. It's thick in the air. The bark is just dripping off of these trees. It's like it's turned to almost goo. The presence of the rot increases with every step you take. And you can see the tracks of various animals. They don't look right. The shambling steps and shapes of these paws don't look like animals that you're familiar with seeing, those of you who have tracked them before. But they look similar, like bears or wolves. Even in one location, what might have been a squirrel. As you keep going towards the center of this, the ground begins to soften. And it's almost a swampy texture in this high hill forest. The every step is squelching underfoot as the plants have been reduced to mostly a slime, as they're just sort of like, even the ones that look mostly okay, any pressure on them and they just sort of collapse and disintegrate. All that was left was just an outside sort of shell, any sort of prodding, and they just turned to goo. There is, however, a truly titanic tree. And under its roots, there is a small cave. In the center of the clearing where you see this giant tree in the cave, there's a trio of small, sickly-looking thorn bushes. Nothing is around them. For 30 feet in every direction, there's nothing around these thorn bushes. Not the dead plants, nothing. It's just bare ground.
That's ominous.
And
So-
they're maybe 20 feet in front of that cave entrance.
I've had really good experiences with caves recently, so this doesn't seem like it'll be a problem at all.
Yeah, should we just barge our way through this one as well?
Is there anything we can tell? Anything more that we can tell if we do some sort of check about the stuff that's around us on the ground?
Perception check, yes.
I will do that.
18.
23.
13.
24.
Okay. Each of you, in order, tell me what you're looking at with your perception check and what it was.
Well, mine was a 13, so I'm just going to say I was just like looking at the bushes, but not really, just kind of zoned out a little.
Okay. You stare at the bushes, and you think that they've got maybe some sort of resistance to the rot, because they don't look as sickly as the other plants here.
I was also looking at the bushes.
And you got a 18?
Yes.
With an 18, you notice that there is a wolf carcass on the ground in the middle of the bushes. All three bushes have their branching tendrils wrapped around and dug into this wolf's carcass.
I'm going to call that out and say, guys, those bushes, we shouldn't rush into this one. Those bushes are fucking murder bush or something.
Okay.
I got a 23. I was trying to see if like being in this stuff was going to cause us any trouble, if touching the stuff that we're touching, or if there was any inherent
Roll
danger.
me an alchemy check.
Uh, 17.
17. You're pretty sure that if somebody was to eat this stuff, it would make them violently ill. And if you were to keep your skin in contact with it for, we'll say, more than about a minute, it would probably rash up or even peel the skin off. But quick contact, it's not too bad. It's gross, it's icky, but it's really not acidic or anything or poisonous. It's not good stuff.
I'm gonna
What
put a
about-
little bit of it in a vial.
What about Kevin's little feet?
He has boots on.
Kevin just went like, I didn't think you could go above a 10 on the cuteness scale.
Yep. Kevin's getting AI art made now.
He's got little boots.
Corgi with boots.
Okay, need to remember that for later. And finally, Gene.
I was focused on the entrance to see if I could find traps or something.
The entrance of the cave specifically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. You can see that the cave has sort of a little, almost a crick of a thick, oily substance pouring out of the entrance. It's not making it very far, maybe 10 feet outside the cave, and then it seems to sink into the ground. But that seems to be particularly gross stuff, almost like a concentrated version of what you're finding in all the dead plants and crap.
Fun.
Can I light it on fire?
You could try.
I'm gonna try to light it on fire.
But
I
you'd
don't know
have
if
to
it's
get up
flammable.
past the bushes, right?
Do I?
Where you guys are at, I would assume you haven't stepped into the clearing, the area that's clear around the bushes. Are you at the very edge of that?
I think Delicia is maybe like a few feet back from the edge.
What about you, Gene?
Well, she warned me about the bushes, so I was gonna try to avoid them.
Okay,
But
so
I do want to check out the goo.
if you're trying to to be clear, you have a 30-foot circle with the bushes at the center of cleared ground. If Delicia is at 6 p.m. on a clock just outside that circle, the cave is at midnight on the other side of that circle.
Just have to like scoot around.
You can scoot all the way around, but then the last little bit there is sort of walled off by that massive tree because the roots go out and create. You could climb up the tree and down it to go straight in to the roots of the tree if you wanted.
Well, I would want to avoid the murder bush thing.
Okay. So you're going all the way around, just making sure to stay out of its range entirely.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get to the tree, you climb up, and that's not too hard. I won't even make you do a check. You're up on a root, and the entrance is below you, and the little oily river is coming out that entrance right there. You want to do what to it?
Well, I'll see if I can identify it, smell it without touching it first. But
You're
then
going to drop down to it, or are you going to try and smell it from 10 feet up?
Well, I'm going to drop down, but
Okay.
I want to... What do I have? Do I have any... Oh, I have my little monkey paw thing.
Delicia, do you think we should we shoot the bushes? Would that help?
I get through.
Delicia is readying her gun. I also yell to Jean, be careful.
I am. I have my little monkey's fist, the rope
Are you
thing.
whisper shouting from 60 feet away?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Gene, so you dropped down, correct?
No, I'm going to be hitting the ground around there with my little monkey's fist.
What are... Oh, God.
It's
that
the
thing.
big metal thing on a rope.
You're trying to light it on fire from there, or you're just trying to dip it in that and bring it up so you can smell it?
I'm checking for traps.
Ah, okay.
First, before I drop down.
You don't see any traps, no.
Okay.
Excellent.
Then I'm going to drop down.
Okay. You drop down. Roll me perception.
9,000 spears. Ooh, your body.
At 20.
At 20. You immediately
28.
hear a shuddered, heavy breathing. Just... And you turn to find a massive mutant wolf inside that cave, not 5 feet from you, sleeping. Its eyes have been completely burned out of its skull. Its body has no fur left on it, just patchy, scaly skin. But underneath that skin, you can detect the faint glow of green. Yep.
Oh, I'm going to do something stupid.
Stupid.
I'm going to throw my 2 alchemist fires at it.
Righteous.
Okay. So you guys watch Gene go up, throw a thing at the ground multiple times, drop down, turn and stare at the tree, and then immediately throw alchemist fire into the tree. Gene, roll initiative.
This is bad. I'm gonna die.
Probably.
When I see him getting ready to throw fire, I am gonna get more into a defensive position. Maybe like a stealthy if there's a good spot to stealth around there.
Probably wise.
What was initiative?
A perception is what it is in this.
Oh, okay. So 19.
It got a 25. The good news is your alchemist fires will hit it first. And what do those do again?
I don't even remember.
I used all mine, so I don't remember either. I used all mine on that snake.
It deals the fire damage, so a bomb deals 1d8 fire damage, a persistent fire damage, and a fire splash damage.
Right, okay. So you're going to deal 2d8 fire damage and 2 persistent fire damage, but you'd still have to make the throws to hit it. So 2 ranged attacks.
Good thing I'm a ranger.
Hell yeah.
Shut that door quick. The
On
fire
a sleeping person? Do I get an advantage for someone prone?
It has a negative to its AC at the moment, so you only have to
good.
beat a 16 instead of what you would normally have to beat.
That's not sounding good, but I did beat 2 16s.
That's good.
And my ranged is a +8. So I have a 24 to 25.
Those will both hit. So roll 2d8 for your damage.
I'm sure that'll kill it.
Yeah, I'm sure he's dead. No fight. I'm not going to be instantly dead. It's a 4 and a 5. So 9.
9 damage. Okay. You deal 9 damage to the big wolf.
Plus the 2 persistent damage or whatever.
And yeah, at the beginning of its turn, it will take 2. It awakes angry. Oh, no. Oh, my God. These abilities are horrific.
It's fine.
On the plus side, it should be easy for you to get back to us. There's not any kind of like horrible, danger between you and us.
So the wolf lunges forward immediately, coming directly up against you. And let's see here. Oh, how interesting. And it's going to bite you. That's a 29 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
And that is, oh my God. 14 damage from the bite as it bites into you, which triggers its tear effect. Whenever the wolf deals damage to a creature with its jaws during its action, the wolf tears at the creature's flesh and deals additional damage. That is 12 more damage, and you take 1 persistent acid damage at the beginning of your turn. So 24 and then 1 persistent acid, I think is what that came out to.
Okay.
Your turn. And as you guys watch, you see this thing leap out and get Gene and roll initiative for the beginning of the next round.
Oh, I found something I should have used before. But so I have the ranger feat where I can assess my prey. Would that count as like an action? Because it says you swiftly assess your prey and apply what you know.
What is it called?
Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter. I suspect that
Oh,
it's
as
just
part of
something.
the action. As part of the action used to hunt your prey, you can attempt to recall knowledge about your prey.
What the heck? Monster Hunter. That's... Monster Hunter. You swiftly assess your prey. Yeah. Hunt your prey is a specific action, apparently. Didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Hunt prey. You designate a single creature as your prey and focus your attacks against that creature. I don't see that being an action. It looks like it's just a free action to me.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be fair to do that as a free action.
Okay.
So you get a +2 circumstance bonus to perception checks when you seek it, a +2 circumstance bonus to survival checks when you track it. You ignore the penalty for making ranged attacks within your second ranged increment if you're attacking it. And you can only have one creature designated as prey. And this lasts until your next daily preparation. So that is the thing. You can do this if you can see or hear the prey, or if you're tracking the prey during exploration. So those are the triggers for it. So basically, you get the one use of the day, and until the next day, you can't prepare it again.
Okay.
So all that said, you succeed at identifying how to play weakness. You gain. So you'll have +3 circumstance bonus against this on your attack rolls between your hunt prey and your monster hunter.
Okay.
Feat. I will not, however, give anybody else the +1 circumstance bonus against it because you haven't had any opportunity to tell them jack shit about it.
Yeah.
If you take an action and spit out some facts about it, I'll give them all the +1 for the encounter.
Do I need to roll for the recalled knowledge about the prey?
You can do that. You won't get anything because this is a unique monster.
Okay. So that, yeah, there's no
So
point.
you just get that stuff naturally for using your action to be hunting this.
Okay.
So, yeah, boom. You have a +3 to attack this thing.
Okay, so I also have Hunter's Edge. And I have Precision. And I have trained to aim for my prey's weak points. First time you hit a hunted prey in a round, you deal 1d8 precision damage.
Okay.
Okay. Man, I should look at my stuff more often.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
All right, roll it.
Okay.
Real quick, I have an aid action that I can do that's a thing. I have Fake Out, and so I'm going to roll a quick attack action. Delicia lets out a loud whistle up the side of her mouth, trying to get the wolf's attention while she brandishes the weapon towards him. No?
You guys aren't in the initiative order yet.
Well, it's a triggering thing, as long as I can see an ally and an... Okay.
At the beginning of the next initiative order, you can do all your stuff. Right
Gotcha.
now, this is just the first 6 seconds of this thing attacking Nate.
Okay, gotcha.
But yes, you will be able to do that soon.
Hooray. Get you next time, Jane.
I look forward to when you call it over to us.
I mean, if I can get it to go into the bushes, they apparently eat wolves.
Or
Did they look like giant mutant
bushes
wolves in
are the
bushes?
wolf's balls now, and it's sleeping. You don't know. It could be. In fact, I
Okay.
might retcon it to be that.
Is it undead?
Nope.
Okay. So I'm gonna swing my little monkey's fist thing at it.
Okay.
Ooh. With what the fuck's going on? I'm using like my broken phone. Okay, so that's 9 plus 10, 19. Do I get a bonus for that? How does the circumstance thing work? Or
It's
whatever?
just a straight +3 to your attack.
Oh, so then 22.
That's much better. You'll actually hit with a 22.
Okay.
So you will hit. Roll damage. And
Yeah.
what are you hitting with?
The monkey fist,
Okay.
which is a 1d6 plus 4. And then
Did you take your acid damage too?
Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, so 5 plus 4 is 9. And then I get the 1d8 for precision, which is a 6.
15?
Yeah.
Okay. You hit it for 15. The wolf sort of shrugs it off, although you did rupture one of the little pustules on it, and acid just drips down its side. It's gross looking. Okay, now initiatives. What everybody else get?
I got 23.
What did I get?
3 for Gish,
An 11.
11 for Lucia, and what'd you get, Mornar?
22.
Nice.
Gene, what was your thing again?
Oh, my
Initiative, yeah.
19, I think.
Yeah, 19 sounds right. Okay. Need to do this. Okay. Big Wolf's turn.
Well, do I get 3 actions?
Oh, yeah. Did you have more you were doing?
Yeah. I was gonna run.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and run.
I figure I'm probably gonna be attacked, but so there's the bushes behind. Is there any way I could try to jump onto the tree trunk and just run, or the roots or whatever?
I'll tell you this. You know that there's a much better chance of you getting away from the wolf by running directly away from it than trying to climb up the 10 feet.
Oh, it's 10 feet.
Yep. To
Okay.
get on top of this route that you dropped down from.
Well, then I'm just gonna sprint.
Okay. Sprint directly away from the wolf.
And well, try to avoid the murder bushes too, as much as I can.
Okay. What? Hold on. Let me pull them up. Jesus. Okay. What exactly does it say happens here? You guys did this in the wrong order.
What?
Us?
Okay. The bloodlash bushes shake violently before attacking immediately. So, 30 feet. Yep, you're going to enter that for sure now. And that's going to do what exactly? Oh, no.
I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna get dragged on my
Mostly,
feet.
this is just going to put them into the initiative order. So we'll do that. Okay. Well, I have good news and I have very bad news. 6, 4, and 7. The Bloodlash bushes are going to get to go very early in the order.
That's fine.
Nice. Okay. C to A. Okay. As you sprint out there, all 3 bushes begin to shudder, and their tendrils rip out of the wolf that they were pulling from. Chunks of gore and bits of acids just sort of fling in every direction. And you can see at the ends of the vines where chunks of wolf are being sucked up the vine like going down a hose. The little lumps going up the vines of these things, and they immediately begun to whip out. However, first it's the big wolf's turn. How much movement do you have here, Gene?
I don't even know where that's at.
The good news is the wolf did not have opportunity attacks,
Oh, that's good.
so he just gets his turn.
Well, I have 25 speed.
Slow.
Yeah.
Is that for per action? Or
Yeah, I think so. You have your what is it? You've got a movement action, a standard action, and a swift action or something. Oh, geez.
I don't remember. I just remember there's 3, so I'm like, I could just stack everything, right?
Well, you attacked and did some stuff.
I attacked and ran.
So let's see here. Action, single action, blah blah blah. Trio screen, basic actions. Specialty basic actions. Conditioning death die. Oh man. Actions. Actions with triggers, disrupting actions. Why can I not find this? There's the 3 symbols, and I know you can do certain things, single actions, activities, reactions, free actions.
1 single action activity or free action.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I get the 25 feet.
Well, the wolf catches you with his 35 very quickly. He comes running right up behind you and is going to make another attack.
He gets his fire damage.
Oh, you're right. He does take fire damage. If anybody does have things that they can do them now because you're all in the initiative order.
How? Because you said everything's rotting and stuff, right?
Yeah.
How strong are the trees in the ground? Pushoverable? If I hit real hard?
If you hit the right tree, maybe.
Okay.
That's a 16 to hit.
Nope.
The wolf misses, his jaws snapping shut just next to you. That's probably very good news for you.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Then Bloodlash Bush number 1 gets to go. And let's see here. We're going to Blood Siphon.
Doesn't sound good.
It's fine.
Just siphons blood.
That is a 27 to hit.
You have plenty to
That
spare.
hits.
It slaps vines into you and begins to just rip life and blood out of your body. That is 12 damage, and you gain weeping wounds. You will take 1 persistent bleed damage.
Fuck.
Now it's the other Bloodlash Bush's turn. That is a 21 to hit.
Fuck.
And that is 10 damage. And you will take another weeping wounds, 1 persistent bleed damage. So, yeah, you I think have 3 persistent damage now.
Yep.
Okay. And then it is Dr. Gish's turn. Dr. Gish, there's a giant fucking wolf and 3 bushes attacking Jean. You guys are all outside of the range of the bushes at the moment. However, the wolf is probably a threat to everyone.
But not an immediate threat?
None of it's an immediate threat. You guys could probably just leave if you wanted to let Jean die.
I'm not going to leave, but I might delay my action if they get a little closer or they notice us, because I want to throw stuff at them, but I don't want them to look over here and suddenly notice us. I don't think that like us also dying helps Jean. We can't save him in any way. There's no way that I can get to or save Jean though either. So hopefully someone with a gun or some other abilities. But so I think I would delay my action. I would maybe quick alchemy. I don't know that the fire was the right method, but I have some other things I could do. So maybe like Thunderstone. So I guess I would quick alchemy Thunderstone, which takes an action, and then just stay where I am. But if the wolf gets closer to us, I would throw that at him, and it could potentially deafen him if he even can hear anything. It's unclear what this thing's deal is, but I wouldn't act specifically to attack anything just yet.
Okay. Mornar.
Because I feel like I said it soon enough, I would be behind a tree already, right?
Yeah.
What can I roll to see if this tree would be loose enough for me to push down? Because my plan is to like push this tree like over onto the bushes and this wolf thing, kind of just fucking smash everything. Because what's worst case, Gene gets hit too, and he was gonna die anyways.
Yeah. So roll me. We'll say survival to look for trees that don't look like they would have gotten their roots deep enough to be able to fight back.
Can I add any like forest lore bonus to it since I have forest lore?
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you want me to add the whole thing or just like a small
add
number?
the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I get a 19.
Okay, well I got a 27, so.
Okay. You see that there is a tree that you could absolutely smash all 3 of the vines with. The problem is that tree is not the one you're behind. It's on the other side of the clearing from you. So I'm assuming that you're somewhere near the like either the 7 to 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
on
probably.
There.
Yeah.
And the tree you need to get to is at like 3 o'clock.
Okay. Do I have to run past this fight going on in the process?
If you run straight through the center,
Well, yeah, I'm not
then
gonna run through the
you
center.
can get to it this turn and still have your action. If you go around the outside, you can get there, but it will take the rest of your turn.
Because my movement is 35 feet. I'm not gonna run through it because that just sounds fucking stupid.
It might save Jean's life.
Yeah, and kill mine in the process. Like get tangled up in these fucking bushes.
This is all
I'm
Jane's fault.
I'm going to, because I can do 3 actions. Obviously, not all run, but so I'm going to skirt around 35 feet, however close. That gets me all the way to the tree almost, right?
Yeah.
And under cover, I am going to chuck a knife at the wolf.
Okay.
Since I'm in, I would have stealthed around it.
Okay. Chuck a knife at the wolf. Roll an attack against it.
That is a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Okay. And that is 6 damage.
Yep. It takes 6.
Okay.
It lets out a snarl.
And then as my last action, I'm just gonna get prepared to push this tree over, like get in the motion to push it.
Okay.
For my next turn.
We'll say you even begin to get it wobbling a little
Okay.
bit. Gene, your turn.
Okay. Can I do an attack, run, and a health potion in one?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to do the health potion first. That seems like it would be helpful. Even though it's kind of garbage. Oh, 7. That's helpful. Okay. Crap, unless there's anything. Nah, I'll just hit the fucking wolf.
Okay. Take a swing at the wolf.
I'm going to use fake out now.
Okay. Yeah. Do your thing.
Oh, jeez.
And remember, the values matter here. Because if you're greater than 10 over, that's a crit.
Yeah.
Or if it beats your AC by greater than 10, that's a crit too.
Got a total of 10.
Which does what?
It's not going to help him in aid. So I just kind of whistle and it doesn't get the dog's attention while I'm pointing my gun at it.
Sure. What do you have to do to get to aid?
To aid? The DC, I believe, normally is 20, unless the GM says otherwise.
Should be specific to the task at hand. Help someone with pick a lock, pick a courage, be proper to help, climb a wall. Yeah, from a distance, definitely that would be a harder one to do. I was going to give you a bonus because the wolf's blind. It relies on its hearing. So whistling is good, but nope, not with a 10.
Well, dang. Sorry, Gene.
Okay. I took my persistent damage.
Okay.
And then I rolled 17 plus the 10 plus 3. So 30.
30 is a crit.
Woo! That's good.
Shit.
What do we do for that? Ugh.
Well, I think you double the damage.
Okay. Oh, and I have to have a specialization for that.
Yeah, for the crit things, you need to take a crit specialization.
Okay.
But you'll still do more damage.
So that's a 5 plus 4. Wow, I'm like rolling the same damage. Plus 3. So 12?
12 damage, doubled, 24?
Yeah.
24. That's a big hit. And here's why I'm excited about the fact that you crit. The mutant wolf has a reaction effect to being critically hit.
Ooh.
The triggering creature will take 3d8 acid damage as it ruptures numerous pustules on it and explodes in acid.
So I take that?
Yep.
What about the bushes?
It says just the triggering creature.
That's bullshit.
I was originally hoping that I could get the whole party with it, but then I was like, dang, I can only get one. Don't worry, it's only 12 damage in acid.
And it just automatically hits me,
Uh,
even with a ranged weapon.
no, actually, you're right. There is a save. You can make a reflex save.
Oh, that's good. 15 plus 10, 25.
25. That's enough. You only take half. So you take
Woo.
6 acid damage.
I
gotta say-
barely.
That's a pretty neat mechanic, having a crit trigger be a defensive thing. But jerk move, Wolf. Screw you.
And
I'm
I'm gonna
so
sprint
excited. Okay.
away from bushes.
Sprint away from the bushes. Okay. Unlike the wolf, the bushes are gonna make opportunity attacks.
Are they all within range?
Yeah. They're all 3 within range of you. That's why the whole clearing is devoid of life. Anything in that circle would trigger them.
Question.
Hmm.
Would not the wolf also trigger them?
The wolf is in danger.
Okay.
If, in theory, the more healthy thing is not available for them to suck life from, they will go for the corrupted thing.
Okay.
But you are going to make it out of the thing as long as you make it through their attacks. So you're going to trigger the 3, which is a 25
Yeah.
for the first one. And that is a measly 6 plus another weeping wound. A 18 for the second one.
I'm good.
Okay. And a what is that?
It's a 4.
It is a 4, actually.
Oh,
It's a weird. The 4 always.
I can't even see that.
There you go.
Oh,
It's a
yeah,
weird
that's
shaped
weird.
4. Every time I
Mine
see it, I'm
looks
like,
a 7.
what? Which is also not going to hit you. So only one of them gets you.
But my persistent is now to 4.
Yes, you 4 persistent, 3 bleed persistent, 1 acid persistent.
Oh, fuck. But I'm out of the range of that.
Yes. Yep, you're now outside the range of the bloodlash bushes. Unless, of course, they move.
Oh, yeah. That's fun. Well, they have food in front of them right now.
They do. Delicia, your turn. Gene just fucking booked it just barely outside the dirt barrier. He's maybe 5 feet outside the line of bloodlash bush. The wolf is still focused on Gene at the moment.
Gotcha.
Just
I
don't
am.
shoot me.
I'm going to try and shoot the wolf. Because I'm imagining bloodlash bushes probably can't leave their spot where they're at.
They don't
That's
need
an
to.
assumption.
They have a giant
Yeah.
area.
12?
To hit,
Yeah.
you're attacking the wolf.
Yes.
It misses.
Okay.
What's your bonus to your shooting?
My bonus to my shooting is 9. Like,
Jesus.
I'm just rolling like garbage every time. That's why I have to make whips now. Otherwise, there's no reason to keep me in the party.
Okay.
I'm like,
No, don't hit the wolf. Luckily, it's not a crit fail, but it's
Yeah.
close.
I'm gonna go ahead and take an action to reload, and you know what? Then I'm gonna go run over to where Mornar is.
Okay.
how loud is the gun? Does that disrupt
It's a
the wolf
musket.
at all?
I will let Delicia roll a D100 for loudness.
D100 for loud.
100
Make a loudness
being
check.
like 100 is going to mean that trees nearby fall over.
What about an
Oh.
80? How's an 80 fit you?
That helps
80's
more than
really fucking loud, and the wolf The wolf is going to come at that now. Which probably
Yay!
did save Jean's life, actually. Because that wolf was going to kill the fuck out of him.
I'm at 10 health. And I have half of my health is gone next turn.
Okay. So, is that it for your turn, Delicia? You went over to Mornar after you fired?
Yes.
Okay. You're going to help Mornar with the tree. It's the last Bloodlash Bush's turn. And we're going to have Gish roll a d6. On a 1 or a 2, the Bloodlash Bush goes after Jean. 3, 4, 5, or 6, it goes after the wolf.
3.
3. Okay. Going after the wolf. The Bloodlash Bush attacks the wolf and misses. It is now the wolf's turn. Oh, no. You went directly away from the Bloodlash bushes, correct, Gene?
Yeah.
So you're pretty close to where Mornar and Delicia are, actually. You're all three around 3 o'clock on the clock of this circle.
Mm-hmm.
So the wolf's headed right for the whole group. And it will trigger opportunity attacks from the Bloodlash bushes. That's a miss. That's a hit. That's a miss. But it's going to take 9 and 12 damage and 2 persistent. And it also has the 2 persistent from the other things. Woo! He's not looking so good. That wolf is really not looking so good. The wolf follows out and makes to attack Delicia.
Shit.
That is a 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. And what all does this guy do again? That is... there we go. 6, 3, 9. 17 damage from the bite.
Ugh.
And that triggers its tear whenever it deals damage to a creature with its jaws during its previous action. That is 12 more slashing damage, and you have 1 persistent acid damage. The wolf gets a hold of you and just is ripping and biting, frothing, acid pouring out of it, pustules exploding. Its eyes are oozing out of the sockets. It's in pain. It's enraged. It's a very upset mutant wolf. And then it's the Bloodlash Bush's turns. Bloodlash Bush number 1, going to make use of its speed of 20. And it rips itself out of the ground and begins to climb forward. We're going to have Gish roll again, because now it's got a whole bunch of targets. You know what? Actually, I haven't been making use of one of its moves. Instead, it's just going to get right into the melee, and it's going to use its spinning strike. And it's going to make an attack against everyone, including the wolf. Except for Gish, who isn't over there by you guys. That is 7 plus 11. An 18. Misses the wolf. Mrs. Jean.
How you
Mrs.
doing,
Mornar?
Delicia?
Delicia, you get hit.
Woo!
Okay. And that is... Ow. Only 5 damage and a weeping wound.
Except those are stacking pretty hard.
Then the other Bloodlash Bush is going to come over and do the same thing. That is a 16 to hit.
Fine.
It meets.
It beats.
Beats?
Yes.
Gotta get yourself some armor.
Beats with the bees.
That is 8 slashing damage plus another weeping wounds. And then it is Gish's turn. Gish, there is now two centers of this. There is the tree, the bushes, Mornar, Jean, and Delicia being attacked by bushes and a wolf, and there's one bush still in the center where it was before. You are still outside the range.
Well, what I was gonna do doesn't work because everyone went over to where Mornar is, trying to push a tree down.
Like, what the fuck?
So I guess I'm gonna just instead try to throw alchemist fire at the 2 bushes that are attacking. They don't know that I'm around, and this will probably turn their attention toward me, but even so,
Okay.
I don't want to just stand here, so
Roll the attack.
That's a 22 to hit,
22 is going to hit.
and that does 4 fire damage and a persistent fire damage.
When you hit the bush, we're going to say you hit Bloodlash bush number 1. It screeches and shoots little bits of meat and blood out of its tentacles as it begins to try and wrap around itself to protect itself. It appears they are very weak to fire.
Everyone take note.
So,
Kind of busy dying.
1 persistent flame damage, and then what was the splash damage on those?
1.
1. But that's still going to trigger the 10 additional fire damage from getting hit with fire. So, yeah, the 2 bushes are ignited and are taking persistent fire damage now. It's a good move.
I don't think there's anything else I want to do. I don't want to take the negative to try to attack again. And if I guess I would ready to help Gene if he were to be near where I could do such a thing, but he's in the middle
Not
of
in
battle.
the middle of combat.
I can do it. I've got battle medicine, but you're not anywhere near me. I am not going toward the wolf and the bushes.
I'm
That's
just
for sure.
trying to run.
Like he comes running out of the circle and sees Gish or Mornar and Delicia like, we're gonna push this tree, and you just see Jean like running by, like
What the fuck are you doing?
uh-oh.
I like the idea to push the tree too, not like chop it down or.
It is Mornar's turn.
Does it seem like I've got enough to push it as this first action?
If
down?
Delicia aids your action, yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to push it. It's probably only going to hit the 1 bush now, right?
You can hit the wolf and the bushes. It
Fuck
would
yeah.
require a little bit of pivoting, but you've been breaking the roots free. I would say you can pull it off.
Yeah, let's do it.
Is that a strength check to aid
Yeah,
or athletics?
we'll say athletics.
Yeah. 13.
Okay, 13. You're right next. It's just pushing on a tree. So we'll say you granted +2 to Mornar's check.
So +2 would be 21.
21. It's going to push the tree over. We'll say everybody roll a d10.
Oh no.
7.
What do we
8.
get? 7, 8, 2,
I also got 8.
and 8. 7, 8, 2, 8.
Bam.
This tree slams down, deals 25 damage to the wolf, deals 25 damage to the bushes, and yeah, potentially killed all 3 of them. That worked out. Delicia, it's your turn. There is still a Bloodlash bush. And maybe the bushes underneath the tree might come climbing out. Or potentially that just put the fire out on them. Who knows?
There's also the wolf, like, in front of you, right?
Under the tree, yeah.
Okay. Under the tree. There's the one bloodlash bush that's like right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and attack that with my musket as a bow staff,
Okay.
so that I'm not shooting it. Let's see here. Flurry of blows. 18.
18 hits. What type of damage is that?
5 damage, and it's going to be
Bludgeoning?
yeah. It's unarmed attack, but it's magical unarmed attack. Or rather, no, yeah, it's the stick, so it's going to be bludgeon. Yes. I'm going to go ahead and roll for my second. That's only 12. So I'm going to say that's a miss, maybe. Probably.
Let's see here. Plus 1 mace since it's magical.
It does a thing when it does a thing, doesn't it?
No. It's just it has resistance 5 to bludgeoning and resistance 5 to piercing. So yeah, it doesn't take any damage.
Yeah. Cool. Hey, Gish, we're gonna need another one of those alchemist fire stats.
You're just trying to whack a bush with your stick.
What am I gonna do?
I'm sorry that these literally in the book, in the module creatures are like, hey, you know who needs to be shit on? Delicia.
I straight up, no joke, was like, when we saw bushes, I was like, oh man, I hope we have some alchemist fire. And you know what? Delicia's not thinking that. She's like, Gene's gonna go. He's got it.
Anything else you're doing, Delicia?
No.
Okay. Yep. So
Take a defend action if that's a thing.
the one bloodlash bush is gonna attack you, and it's real mad. So it's gonna go ahead and do all 3 actions are gonna be attacks. Well, it's not gonna attack you. It's gonna attack everybody that's right there. So yeah, well, we'll see. Ooh, hey, a 25.
Damn it.
That's a hit.
And that is 5 plus 4. 9 slashing plus another stack of weeping wounds on everybody who got hit by that. So Mornar, Jean, and Delicia.
I am down.
Okay.
I'm gonna be down.
And then oh no, wait, that takes 3 actions to do that one. Fine. It did it. And then we go to the top of the order. The wolf is dead. The second bloodlash bush climbs out from underneath the tree, and then it takes its fucking 1 more damage from being on fire and goes up in ash and dies. The third one that didn't get crushed by the tree is still right there. It's also going to do its spinning strike. And that is 3 plus 11, 14 to hit. Nope.
I assume that demolishes Delicia if she were alive.
Luckily, she's low enough on the ground that the vines swinging through the air don't hit her. And then it is your turn, Gish. There is apparently 2 bloodlash bushes left. Neither of them look to be in very good shape.
The one in the middle, I'm gonna try to throw an alchemist fire at.
Okay.
That's a 24 to hit.
Okay. Technically, that one's up next to the other one now, so
okay.
It'll hit. And how much damage are you dealing?
Just 3 fire damage on a D8, and then
3 fire,
one
but it gets
persistent.
bonus 10. And that splash is going to hit that. So you actually incinerate both the remaining Bloodlash bushes with that Alchemist Fire. And combat is done. You have defeated the Bloodlash bushes and the big mutant wolf. Good
and
job.
I'm down.
Yes. Two of you are down.
I had 1 health point left. I have like 7 persistent damage.
Yeah. At the beginning of your turn, immediately you go down. Let's look at the rules for persistent damage because I want to know how dangerous that is for a character who goes down, or if it's just cleared. See here. Oh, well, technically, you can be rolling a DC check to see if you recover from the persistent damage each time you take it, too.
Oh.
But we'll just do that in the future.
That would
Immunities, multiple. Yep. When does it end? Oh. Persistent damage can be doubled based on crits? Good God. So that's good news, too. After you take it, if you succeed. I think you guys all need to roll checks to get rid of it. No, we'll just say it's done because we were already doing it a little wrong anyway. So, oh. But you go up a step for dying for the persistent damage. So when you went down, you were immediately went to dying 2.
Oh.
So I need you each to make a check for that. What was the rules for dying again? You gain dying 2. You need to make a recovery check, which is you need to beat 12.
16.
Okay. Your dying value is reduced by 1.
13.
Your dying value is reduced by 1. And now, Gish, you have some time to help them.
Yeah, I'm going to do my administer first aid. I'm going to try to do that on Gene first.
Okay. Administer first aid.
I'm going to try to stabilize him. So I do a medicine check on him.
And
DC's 5 plus the recovery roll.
Yep. So go ahead and do that. And we're going to need another recovery check from Delicia and one from Gene. But Gene, you're going to get a additional, what is it?
Nat 20?
Yeah. Okay. You're stabilized.
So the recovery check's just a straight D20?
Yep.
Okay.
So
and now you only have to beat an 11 because you've only got dying 1.
I got 10.
You have dying 2.
I got a 19 for administer first aid to Gene.
Okay. Let's see here. So you did the DC. He is no longer dying. He's no longer bleeding. He's no longer has any persistent damage. He is unconscious, and we'll say because you're doing that at the same time he was rolling his checks, you can roll a D6 to heal him that much too.
Okay. Uh, 5.
Okay.
Nice.
And now you can roll first aid for Delicia as well, which is you need to do a 15 plus 2. You need to beat a 17.
Plus 5, 19.
19. Okay. Delicia, you are at 0. You no longer have any persistent bleed damage or other persistent damage, and you are no longer dying.
But you're both.
You are both wounded too.
So I can treat wounds later, but we gotta figure this out.
And that is where we will end episode 8. You guys have found the center of something, but you haven't actually figured out what's going on yet. It's as though you fought 2 separate encounters at once.
As if.
I hope everybody enjoyed it. Thanks for listening, and join us next time. Goodbye.